Alright, so we're going to do a homework check now on 7.2 section 2, which I gave you 3 through 10. So the idea here, again, we had to figure out what was missing and how to derive it in order to reach the final conclusion. So in number 3 we have if B then N, B or K, K then R, line 4 is missing, and then the conclusion we want to reach is N or R. With the wedge as the conclusion, you either need N by itself in order to do an addition, N or R, or N or R could also be derived through a constructive dilemma. Well, if we notice, we have two conditional statements here, B then N, K then R. We also at line 2 have B or K, the two antecedents joined by the wedge. In the conclusion we want to reach, N or R, is the two consequents joined by the wedge. So, in order to set up a constructive dilemma, we would just need to take lines 1 and 3 and do a conjunction, and this becomes if B then N and if K then R from lines 1 and 3 as a conjunction. And then the conclusion N or R would be derived from 2 and 4 through a constructive dilemma. Number 4, we have T, T then G, T or U then H. Line 4 is missing, and the conclusion we want to reach is H. Well, the only thing that has H in it is line 3, and it's in the consequence position of a conditional statement. So we basically want to set up a modus ponens. Well, to do a modus ponens, what we need here would be the T or U, the antecedent. So how do we do that? Well, line 1, you have T. Using addition, you can add anything you want, so add a U. And so now 3 and 4 will give you H through modus ponens. Number 5, we have if S then E, E or S and P, not E, line 4, and then S. Alright, well, we want a singular S, not a negative S. So 1 and 3 would be a modus tollens. That's not going to work because that would be a not S. So let's look at these two lines. There's basically two ways we could do this. I think the way the book would want you to do it would be to take lines 1 and 2 and do a disjunctive syllogism. It's either E or S and P. It's not E, therefore it's S and P. Right, 2 and 3 disjunctive syllogism. And then from line 4 you could simplify that to S. But you could have also simplified first. You could have made line 4 E or S from line 2 through simplification, and then 3 and 4 through disjunctive syllogism would yield S. Either one would be acceptable. Number 6, we have N. If N then F, N then A, and F then C. Line 4. And the conclusion we want to reach is A or C. Well, again, it's the wedge. And right here we have two conditionals joined by a dot. And look at that. A, C, the two consequents joined by the wedge. So we're looking at a constructive dilemma here. So what we need for that fourth line are the two antecedents joined by the wedge, N, F. Well, up here on line 1 you've got N. Addition allows you to add anything you want, so use that wedge and add an F in there. Line 1 through addition. And so now 3 and 4 through constructive dilemma would yield you your conclusion. Number 7, J, not L, F then L, line 4 is missing, and the conclusion we want to reach is not F and J. Well, with that dot there, pretty much the only thing we could look at would be a conjunction. So we need not F and J on separate lines. We've got a J there on line 1, so what we need for line 4 is a not F. We can get that very easily through 2 and 3 through modus tollens. If F then L, not L, therefore not F. Right, 2, 3, modus tollens. And then J and not F on lines 1 and 4, just use conjunction to bring those two together. Number 8, we have if E then B, N, Q then N, K then E, B then K. Line 4 is missing, and what we need is E then K. Alright, well, with it being a conditional and everything here really being conditionals, we're looking at a hypothetical syllogism. Remember your basic hypothetical syllogism form. If square, then circle. If circle, then triangle. Therefore, if square, then triangle. So E then K. So the triangle is K, the square is E. Well, looking right here, we have line 3, B then K, where K is the triangle. So B would have to be the circle. Put the B up here. So what we need here to make a hypothetical syllogism is E then B. We have that in line 1, E then B and Q then N. Anywhere there's a dot, you can use simplification. Keep one side, get rid of the other. So this becomes E then B from 1 through simplification. And then lines 3 and 4 through hypothetical syllogism give us our conclusion. Number 9, we have G or N, not G, then H and R. Line 4, therefore H. This is the only one, line 3, that has H in it, so that's what we're going to work with. You'll notice that 2 and 3 make a modus ponens. Not G, then H and R. Not G, therefore H and R from 2 and 3 modus ponens. And then H and R can easily be simplified to just H. Now again, if you wanted, you could have simplified line 3 on 4 and made that if G, not G, then H, simplification from line 3, and then the H could have come from 2 and 4 through modus ponens. That would have worked too. And finally 10, we have M and E, then D, E, line 4, therefore the conclusion is D. There are several ways actually this one could have worked, but I think that what the book would want you to do would be to take lines 1 and 3 and use a conjunction there, M and E from 1 and 3 through a conjunction, and then 2 and 4 through a modus ponens, M and E then D, M and E therefore D would give you your answer. But again, you could have also simplified. You could have made line 4 M then D, and then 1 and 4 would give you that through modus ponens. Or you could have simplified it and made it E then D on line 4, and then 3 and 4 would have given you that through modus ponens. But in any event, that's the way it would have worked. So those are the solutions to 7.2 section 2, and I'll be back in just a little bit to look at 7.2 section 3.